Other way about here, Morgan, I think it's Charriere going up against Manolo Zecchini, coming in at plus 225. Charriere minus 300. A record of 18-9-1 for Charriere. I mean, he's coming out of France as well. 27 years of age, so he's got a lot of professional fights under his belt. Zecchini fighting out of Italy. Both men fairly young in their career, 27 and 26. This should be a fun little scrap. I've been watching Morgan Charriere on film. It's a pretty fun fighter to watch. Cage Warriors champ once again. And his last time out, or he was a Cage Warriors champ. His last time out was back in July 21st. So he hasn't been off that long since his last fight. Got a win against Diego Silva. And that was a round 3 finish. So he's kind of been up and down. I mean, his losses in Cage Warriors are to some pretty decent guys. Jordan Vucinic, who's the current Cage Warriors champion. Paul Hughes, another solid fighter who's 9-1 out of Ireland. Not bad losses. I honestly like to see guys come in here with like a lot of fights, and if they have some losses, it's not bad at all. I like to see that they're fighting better competition. He's got a win over William Gomi, who is supposed to be on this card as well. So there's that. But if you look at his opponent, Manolo Zecchini, he has not been fighting in Cage Warriors. He's been fighting in other promotions. It's tough to gauge how good these guys are, but I mean, he's coming in as a pretty sizable dog. What are you thinking on this one?
Yeah, you look at Charriere, and that 9 losses really jumps off the page at you. But he's losing decisions, and he's not like he's going out there and getting knocked out, or like he's chinny or doesn't have a ground game or anything. You look at Zecchini though, and early, if you take him, you might think this is a great bet in the first round because the dude's powerful. He's super explosive. He burns hot from the get-go. He finds a lot of KOs with the overhand right. He can wrestle a little bit and get takedowns when needed. But like I said, he burns hot. In that first round, he's always looking really good. And as fights go on, he kind of will fade out a little bit. And Charriere never been knocked out, so maybe he's got that going for him. He's tough. He's got good striking, and he's got a good, well-rounded game as well. And the cardio is going to be better for Charriere, in my opinion. He'll fight 3 rounds at a decent pace. And if this fight goes past 1.5, I think he'll start to take over because Zecchini, I think I'm saying that right. I have no idea. Tough names this week.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of his finishes do come in the first round, and I hate seeing that for UFC debuters because they haven't really shown that they can fight for the whole duration of the fight if they have to, whereas Charriere has. So that's a big telltale sign for me. At minus 300, again, it's just not an ideal bet and betting situation. Having 2 UFC debuters again, I'm going to take Morgan Charriere for the pick. I do think he'll be a little bit more well-rounded, and that cardio is going to take him far in this fight at least. So that'll be my pick.
Yeah, I like that at least he's losing the decisions to some decent competition, and that he's got a lot of under his belt. So I'm going to take Charriere as well. I think he's probably going to be able to outlast Manolo Zecchini's strikes on the feet. Zecchini has fought at Jackson Wink before. It looks like he's doing most of his fight camps out, not at Jackson Wink anymore. But he's coming in here. I think he'll be dangerous off the bat. He's got some really explosive movements, mixes it up with the knees, the kicks, and all the different weapons. So Charriere's got to mind his P's and Q's. I think as the fight goes on, he should take over and get a win. I'll take him.